Can you help us to better understand your role and function as a crazy wisdom master?
I think the term now is, remember, we go back to crazy horse. We go back to any kind of crazy man or whatever. I think this refers to a certain kind of liberation or unpredictability that arises, a certain kind of inevitable condition, bursting out, breaking through, that comes with, let us say, a purificational process or catastrophe, something that is extraordinary in terms of pressure that causes a breakthrough or breakdown of the ordinary state of consciousness. And that can happen so easily when you're shocked and you're frightened out of your self-consciousness, or blown out of it, say, pushed out, pulled out, burnt out of it, ripped off completely, obliterated, annihilated, killed. Huh? You're totally killed. You're dead. Say, is that beautiful? So this is part of the process in terms of coming to terms with your true nature, your true spiritual reality, your true spiritual being, which everyone is, that is neither self and thus not based upon identification. It's neither thought nor having anything to do with what you know as such, intellectually speaking. It is not speech. You can't really make a difference with your expression in terms of it or hearing it to any degree by itself, although it does help to be open to the mentoring level that has been already previously been referred to as per relating to or signifying a certain transcendent dimension of intelligence as a way of life, or mind as changes of consciousness and all kinds of phenomena, psychically or even mystically speaking, which are not reality but are forms of peculiar phenomena. And you have the world in terms of the nature of life in general, the cosmic phenomena, which are also real but relatively so, and not real from other levels or planes of consciousness awareness, as they might be to your next door neighbor, real, in terms of the noises they hear, and what they understand the noises to be in terms of anything they could fear or transcend, and so on. So getting behind or beyond, both behind and beyond this so-called dimension of material consciousness or phenomena in general, and recognizing what is true, this I think is more the case, more what people should be looking towards in terms of a liberation that leads to a certain kind of craziness. Being free of that is to be totally, totally crazy. And that is wisdom. Totally, totally crazy wisdom. Nothing. Zero. Zero. Free. That's totally crazy wisdom. How to be operating from that, that's totally crazy. And yet, that is the core of wisdom. That is transcendence, but totally crazy. Can't sell that to anybody out here. They don't want to hear about anything about being beyond. Being beyond why? When you are what? Comfortable as what? Enjoying what? Being beyond that? Who cares about that? And so I think there's a paradox there that needs to be brought into perspective, that while you are beyond everything, you are capable of everything. And that is a mystery until you get to the point where, as they say, you give up everything, you gain everything. So up until that point, it's hard to know. It's hard to know who you are and what you are and where you're going or what you're doing and when. Hard to know when you're going to be born again, or how you're going to be, or when you're going to die. See, how you're going to die. It's hard to know. But then, if you are on this kind of wavelength of transcendence, it doesn't matter. Because then everything is happening of itself in terms of nothing happens, which is part of the crazy wisdom viewpoint. And nothing happens. If you can gather your forces to embrace that, nothing happens. That's also an intimidating, crazy kind of wisdom for some people. Nothing ever happens. Nothing's ever happened, and nothing will happen. Absolutely nothing's going to happen. Ever.